Hello, this is Dr. Anthony Festmeyer, and in this video we're going to check out a Carter Scratch version of the verse melody to keep on the sunny side. Now this is the culminating lesson in a series of 3 lessons. So in the first lesson I checked out some accompaniment patterns on this song, and in the previous lesson we checked out this verse melody all by itself. So Carter Scratch basically refers to a style of playing where the melody line is played in the bass. Mabel Carter played it with her thumb on the bass strings. And then there's accompaniment with the chords. She used her finger to do that. So we're going to go ahead and do this with a pick, but it's the same basic idea. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm assuming this lesson that you've checked out the second video where I went over the melody to the verse section. This will be based around this melody, and then we'll basically be adding the chords into this. So the melody starts off with 2 half notes on a C note. These notes are part of a C chord, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finger the C chord because I'm also going to strum this chord kind of in between the melody. So I'm fingering that chord and I'm playing my 2 notes. But in between those notes I hit the remainder of the chord. So I get melody, chord, melody, chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the second measure it's melody only. Now that leads to that G note at the beginning of the third measure. Now I'm still using the C chord for this particular measure. In fact, I am for the first 6 measures. So what I might do is I might go ahead and just finger a basic C chord here. And then move my third finger down from the C note to the G note. That's the melody note that I just played. So I'm going to hit that note and then strum this upper part of the chord. So measure 3 is melody, 1, chord 2, chord 3, and 4, and back to that G note for the melody again. Next we go up the notes of the C chord in the melody, so I'm just going to go back to this basic C position, really just move my third finger to a C note. I'm going to go up the notes, C, E, G, hit the chord again, continue on with melody. Hit the chord again. Okay, so that's the first 6 measures. Let's go ahead and check that out slowly. Okay, first 6 measures all based around the C chord. Now I'm going to go to the G chord. My melody I'm going to keep as the lowest note. So in the case of when I play with the G chord, I really do not need to finger the full G chord. I'm just going to play this simple G. 1 finger on a G note on the high E string. The melody here starts with a D, and then I strum the chord on beat 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then the next measure I hit that D again, followed by the chord, and then climb up with the melody, D, E, F, keep that G chord, hit down beat 2, go back to the D, hit the chord on beat 4, D again, and chord on beat 2. Continue on with the melody, F, back to D. Now I'm back to the C chord. What happens here is that I hit that E note, 2nd fret of the D string, and I'm basically fingering a C chord here. I could finger the entire C chord, but I'm not playing the C note quite yet. I'll play that in a minute. So I'm going to decide for myself if I want to finger that note now or if I want to wait a second until I play that note. I personally just go ahead and play it like this, with the E as the lowest note, then strum the higher strings, 2, 3, and 4, and Here now I hit that C note, so I can add my finger there. Rest of the chord, E again, rest of the chord. So that was 2 measures around the C chord. Now I'm going back to 2 measures around the G chord. My melody again hits the D, and then I hit the rest of the G chord. Then I'll walk down B, C, B. B is still part of the G chord, right? If I finger this G chord, I've got that B note as part of it. So I'm playing that B note melody, and then hit the chord again. Then I'm going to walk up, melody only, A, B, and then hit C. Here I'm back to the C chord, so I'm going to go ahead and finger that whole C chord. C, chord, 3 and 4, and then end with the entire chord. Okay, now let's go ahead and check out the entire thing.